Hello everybody, I hope you're having a lovely day. I am actually out in Port Fairy. I'm actually in a hotel right now, and I thought, look, I'll just do a live. I hope the internet's good, but if it's not, you can still hear my voice, and I will totally apologize if you can't sort of hear me on that. But anyway, like I said, I'm out in Port Fairy because what I'm actually doing is I'm going to be a vendor at a really big music festival. My daughter Emily has just had a baby a couple of days ago, so I'm actually going to be running her stall, and they will have some things that are my own that are going to be at this stall as well. So that is very exciting, and I thought, look, while I'm on here, I'm just going to talk a little bit about events and things like that, because I just think that is really important. A lot of us don't talk a lot about all these different events that you can actually do, and is it worth it? Now, 100% it is worth doing all of these different events that you can do. So we are going to be at a music festival. It's held in Port Fairy, which is kind of like a bay type holiday sort of situation, which is really, really good. So you can definitely do festivals at events like that, and it will help you. And I'll kind of go through a few figures to give you a bit of an idea on what they kind of cost to do these kind of events. Some events are only a few $100s. Some events are in the thousands of dollars to do them. So now let's start by talking about the different events that you can actually do. So as I did say, I'm out in Port Fairy about to do a festival. That's why I'm sitting in a hotel room. I'll give you a bit of a look around. So that is the hotel room I am actually sitting in at the moment, which is about 5 hours from my home. So I'm doing this for my daughter Emzy, and like I said, she's had a baby, so we're out here doing this festival, and this festival runs Saturday, Sunday and the Monday. So it's a 3-day festival that will be, and so basically people buy the tickets to be at the music festival, and then what actually happens is after that the whole street is set up with people that actually apply to be vendors, and then that street's shut off and people can come in and buy products from vendors. So which is really good. So I think there's 2 streets that are cut off, and we did this last year. It was really successful for my daughter. So like I said, I'm going to give you a few different ones that you can do and kind of costs, because with my daughter we have done many festivals and events. We've done quite a lot. So you can do, like I said, like this one's a music festival. There's many of them around, so just like Google music festivals in your area. Sometimes you're going to have to travel to other states, like we've traveled interstate, and this one is like, I'm going to say 500 k's from our house, something like that. It's a long way anyway. So like I said, this one is the Port Fairy Music Festival. To do one like this, it's usually because we do a double stall, so you can have a single stall or double. I think it's maybe 500. I can't remember totally, but I think it's something like that. And that's a really good price, because often they're a lot more expensive than that. So you can also do your basic festivals or shows. So like things like, amusement shows, like in Australia, we have ones called the Melbourne show, the Sydney show. And when you do ones like that, they can end up being really, really good. So the Melbourne show, I think that's like a 10-day festival, and that's roughly anything from about $3,500 to $7,000 a stall. So it's really expensive. We're talking AU dollars here as well. But usually, say you pay $6,000, you're probably going to take maybe $22,000. That's what you should expect to take or more at those kind of festivals. So they are big ones, but I've spoken to some people that didn't even make their money back. So I guess it depends. You need your stall to look good. You need to have advertising. You also need to have like a banner or something to show that it's your company. So that's something you can do. You can also do trade shows. Trade shows are really good. If you're trying to get into wholesale and sell in bulk, you need to apply to trade shows. A lot of trade shows, look, at the moment, they're not all busy. A lot of them still had spots even up to a few days before. So you could definitely apply, and I'm sure you'd get in. They are, once again, they're in the thousands of dollars. But usually, you should get a number of clients if your packaging and everything is really up to date and good. So I wouldn't say do any of those trade shows until you have all your packaging, everything is great, you're very positive on the way it's going to run, and so on. So that's what I suggest definitely for something like that. Then, of course, you know, there's all different kind of events, event groups, so like schools and things like that. They're much cheaper, a couple $100. And then, of course, if you do markets, it can be anything from $40 right up to hundreds. In Australia, they're about $150 a mark. It's pretty normal. I'd say $90 to $150 a market for a one-day event. It's normal, and you might take $600 or $800. But you know, I've been to some where I've only taken $80. I've run at a massive loss. So it's really hard. But a lot of festivals and things, the good thing is you set up your, you know, marquees or whatever you're setting up, you set it up on day one. And often what happens is you don't need to take it down. You just leave it for the whole 3 days. But the one I'm doing here in Port Fairy, we literally have to set it up. So tomorrow morning we will leave the hotel at 6 in the morning to get at the event at 7, because we're about an hour away. And this is the thing, the town that has the music festival, it's about $2,000 a day to rent an apartment. So we went an hour away so that we could pay a normal amount, about $200 a night, to do this festival. So yeah, so anyway, like I said, we get up at 6, we set up at 7, you're there all day, you don't pack down until 6 at night, and then you get to come home. So it is like a 12 to 15 hour day. It's very, very long days, but we're hoping to get anything from $3,000 to $5,000 for the day. And I did say I apologize if my internet is not good, but as I said, I'm actually at a hotel out in Port Fairy, or it's actually Hamilton, I think is the place that we're in, which is a little bit from Port Fairy. But if you're at the Port Fairy Music Festival, come and visit us tomorrow, Sunday or Monday. We will be here all of these days, and you can't miss the marquee. We're in a double big white and pink marquee, so which will be super exciting. I'm excited to do this for my daughter Emily. As I did say at the start, she's had a baby, so we're going out to help her with her stall out here. You can also do pop-ups in the shopping centre. I've heard mixed things about them. They're very expensive, and honestly, if it's like, I wouldn't do one in January, February, March, because generally those months are the months where people are trying to recover from the spend of Christmas. So I really wouldn't do them then. I would be looking at mid to late year doing those pop-up stalls if you want to do something like that. So I hope that kind of helps. I just thought, look, I would talk a little bit about festivals, because I've been asked a bit lately, because people have known that I'm doing some. I am actually hoping to go out at it's a festival called Mind, Body and Spirit. Mind, Body and Spirit. They did ask me last year when I had a talk with them, but hopefully I'll be doing one of those later on this year. That's my goal anyway, and maybe a couple. I was in talks with somebody doing a trade one out in Sydney, but I just didn't get there, which was the Reed Fair. I just didn't have time to get out to do that one this year because of the conference being super duper crazy. So yeah. Oh, thank you for my grandbaby. Yeah, he's darling. His name is Charlie, and he's just perfect. Although he was a big boy born at 10 pounds. So he is absolutely gorgeous, and he looks just like my daughter did when she was born, with his lovely dark hair. So that's really, really cute, isn't it? So like I said, that's why we're doing this, because Emily had already bought out that. Yeah, he's my third grandson. I have one granddaughter as well. So in our family, it seems to be boys this time round. But anyway, so funny, isn't it? So yeah, so we've gone all this way. Me and my younger daughter Annie are here doing the festival. And I seem to have the coughs at the moment, which is no good. But I think it's because the air conditioner's on. And it's driving me crazy. Anyway, like I said, this was going to be a short and sweet video. And since I'm coughing, I am going to end it here, my loves. And I'll see you next time. Bye.